No.
Oh, the battery,
yeah. We left it like that for a while.
We literally bought that like a year and a half ago, and our schedule just has been busy. Long story short, he only used that like a couple times, so it's literally brand new. Yeah.
And this is extremely dangerous to work on.
I mean, the only other option is, thank you for saying that, because like the only other option we have is literally, we got it from Best Buy, so we buy like one of like things for $300, and then like we'd have to pay another fee for.
Yeah, they didn't know how to get us.
Yeah.
The charging port on this is going to be $250, and probably take me about a day or so.
Okay.
Take your number and give you a call back.
Sure. That's not bad. Maybe you should go and work elsewhere or something.
Because they are.
I've heard they're a pain in the ass to work on really big screens, so.
If you
I'm going to be working on it sweating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there's any reason you can't do it, or.
The main thing with this is to be patient.
Yeah.
And not to rush it. The problem with screens of this size is that when you heat it up and you start to work on it, it starts to cool down pretty quickly. And so you have to keep reheating, reapplying, alcohol to raise the screen, and it's just they don't make a machine big enough for this.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you gonna make a TikTok about it?
Probably will.
Do it.
That's cool.
That's actually my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. Nice.
It's because of what they're required. For me, it's like a hobby.
Yeah.
I've been doing this 30 years, so
okay.
Every now and then I like to make a video, and
that's cool.
I'm a little camera shy, so I'm not really on camera too often.
Yeah.
I'm old school.
I feel that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
You picked the right place.
Yeah, I've been here 20 years.
Nice.
Are you from here?
Originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We're transplants too. We moved here from Baaston like a year ago.
Baaston.
New England.
You guys have that funny accent like us.
We came here. We like the Midwest accent. The long roads.
They don't think they have it.
No, they have it. They have. When I was in New York, I knew people who were from out of town. Like, I worked in a deli like half my life there, so people used to come in asking for pop, and I'm like.
Yeah, there you go.
Tell right away.
Man, what is that? Where are you from?
It has to be.
Or somebody in New York City, if someone says, "Hey, how you doing?" It's like either he's from the Midwest or you're about to get robbed.
Yeah, that's so
nobody says, "Hey, how you doing?" And then it's
the one that we had never heard before was everybody like when you walk into a store, they say, "Welcome in."
Welcome in.
Welcome in. Yeah. That's like a really Midwest thing, apparently.
No, you know what I hear a lot of? Until now, I give my way brief. I dropped it. Or no, I'm sorry, I fell it. I fell it.
Oh.
I dropped it.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, they say I fell it here. That might be a Michigan thing, because she's originally from Michigan, so I don't know. What I have in front of me is an iPad Pro 5th generation 12.9, and we are doing the charger port replacement for our friends from Baaston today. What I'm doing now is currently heating it up at 75 degrees Celsius, giving it time to warm up, because from their recollection, the LCD, or I'm sorry, the OLED was not cracked, but it does not show the battery charger indicator when you press and hold the power. So hopefully the screen is not cracked, but I won't be able to confirm that till I plug it up and plug in the new charger, and hopefully everything is fine. So what I'd like to achieve is a good amount of heat that will soften up the adhesion holding down the screen. The screen is held down pretty tight. Anybody that's ever replaced the screen on an iPhone or iPad in the past year, or the past few generations going down from the 12, the adhesion is pretty strong, and you need a good amount of heat and alcohol. This is 99% ISO alcohol, and you need a good thin tool. This is my playing card that do not want to take a risk using that. Let me get another one. I got a whole deck. Let's use Ace of Hearts on this one. I don't know why, but I like to pick them at random. It's fairly warm. Close to hot. But you need a good thin starting point. On the iPad Pros, the flex cables are in the center. So you have one here at the top for the sensors at the top with the camera, and you have them here at the bottom connecting to the logic board right around here. Doesn't matter where you start. So what I like to do is kind of wedge it in there, not lift on it until I get some alcohol down there. So what that does is allow it to get inside the crease. As you can see, it's starting to wiggle a little bit. You don't want to apply too much because you don't want it to get underneath the digitizer and get into the LCD. But you want enough for it to land on the frame and soften up that adhesion. Since we're going to be raising the corner here first, let's get all the corners. I gotta change glasses. I need the stronger ones. Oh, now I can see. Patience is your friend here. You need an enormous amount of patience. As you can see, you can't, but I should be able to get come on now. There it is. Add some on the card. You do not want it to go all the way through, but you want enough to raise it. Once it's open enough, and slide my pick in there to hold it up. could see, it's moving pretty smoothly. Once you get enough room in there, you want to get as many picks in there as you possibly can. Thin ones preferably, to hold it up so it doesn't sit back down. Lower the temp. You don't want it to get too hot, but you want it to stay warm. Sensor. I'm looking for the really thin ones. I have a bunch. Not careful, it's starting to seat itself again. You don't want that. You want to catch it. As I continue to break the seal, you want to make sure it is completely broken. Or else you're not going to get that lift. But you don't want to apply any pressure, so just lightly holding that down. I got liftoff. You still want to be very careful, even though I felt it raise. You don't want to lift it up prematurely. So what I'm going to do is hold that. feel it completely release. Mind you, this is hot. Even though I dropped the temp to 30. And there you have it. Turn that off. The way they design these is unbelievable, because you're gonna have to wiggle it to get the top portion off first, like so. Now I could technically fix all that and hold it back with here. Let's get my screen holder in place. And it has a protective cover. You take off the shield plate. Be careful you don't lose any of the screws. I like to put them in order as I remove them. Apple likes to play games and make them different sizes. You never know. Like these two right here. And you don't want to put a screw in a place where it doesn't belong, because you could cause long screw damage. It's actually a thing. It is called long screw damage. You can actually crack the motherboard and then have to pay somebody to try to fix that for you. With the old, In with the new. Just gonna put a couple of the screws back to hold this down. Because we need to test. Where's my charger? Where is my charger? I want to do it in camera view. Where the hell's my charger at? I gotta go get a charger. I get the wrong one. Okay, what I'm going to do is let that charge up for a minute. I want to see it turn on before I close it, test it. I'll leave the camera running for now. And we got action. Did not get the password. I forgot to get the password. Regardless, it is working. I'm gonna let that charge up a bit off camera so I can test it after I turn it on, and I'll be right back. on the heat board and warm it up. So the adhesive can reattach or heat up enough to get the adhesion going again. What I like to do is apply some weight. It'll help get any air pockets out. Ideally, I'd like it to cool down before I turn it on. Here you have the charging port. As you can see, the entire center is gone. What she did was put in the old lightning charger, thinking, you know, not thinking. Honestly, sometimes I still do it. But that's what happens, so you gotta be careful. I'd like to get as many sides as I can before all the heat goes away. There you have it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
Pretty easy. Not as bad as you thought?
It was so bad.
Wow, yeah.
So scary.
I know, I can only imagine.
So we're gonna pay the Baaston tag, so it's gonna be $5.50.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Tap word.
We lived in Rhode Island and lived in Boston for a reason. I mean,
Oh,
we lived in Rhode Island and worked in
you
Boston.
guys are loving these prices down here then.
They got a little better, yeah.
We live in the
Awesome
city right
crazy.
now for our first year.
Still cheap
Oh,
compared
yeah.
to those cities. Like, Like Brooklyn too, where I'm from, it's
Oh, I bet it's crazy.
Well, there are closets cost $5,000 a month to live in.
Seriously, we saw somebody selling like an actual shack on like a corner. What was it, like 1.15 of an acre? Somebody wanted like $180,000.
0.15. What is that?
It was literally like, you know how two streets come to a point?
Oh, it's kind of like
just like
Seattle
that.
in
Corner
San
little-
Francisco.
That was like in
People-
Newton. Are you talking about in Newton?
That was in Brookline on the way to work. People will buy anything to build a tiny little hut.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, you found me on Google, right?
Yeah.
Return the favor, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And hey, you got no problem if I put you on the channel, right?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.